Now we will be studying about force exerted by jet on an unsymmetrical moving chord plate when the jet strikes tangentially at one end of the tips. So I request you all to concentrate fully because this part of impact of jet is little more difficult than the previous parts. So be careful. This is our unsymmetrical moving chord plate. This is the pipe or nozzle through which jet comes out and strikes the vane or chord plate. In this figure, you must be able to see there are triangles. Here there is a triangle and here there is another triangle. These triangles are called velocity triangles. These velocity triangles represent velocity vectors. What are those velocity vectors? How many velocities are here? Here one velocity is the velocity of chord plate. Another is the velocity of jet of water. So these different velocity vectors are represented in velocity triangles. This velocity triangle is called velocity triangle at inlet and this is at outlet. So let's first understand how this velocity triangle is drawn. Okay. The direction of velocity of the chord plate is this. So we can represent that. That means that U can be represented like this. This is U. Then here the velocity of jet is like this. So we can draw a vector parallel to this one. Here we are able to draw. This represents V. Sorry. Okay. For the time being we are considering this is V, that means velocity of jet, and this is U, that is velocity of plate. Okay. Now if we join these two, what we will get? This vector represents what? That vector represents V minus U. Okay, and that V minus U can be represented by VR. That means relative velocity. So V minus U is equal to relative velocity, and that is represented by symbol VR. So this is this is a triangle. This is the basic triangle. This is the basic triangle. Then, so you remember this is VR. Now I will redraw it. This is U. This is V. This is VR, and this V has two components. One is horizontal component, another is vertical component. So VW will be there. There will be the horizontal component of V is called VW, and the vertical component of V is called VF. Okay, so we'll be understanding one by one. So this is how velocity triangle is drawn. Now let's go to the main figure. here you see this is here the v1 is considered, v1 is taken for the velocity of jet, u1 is considered for velocity, u1 is taken for velocity of plate at inlet, and this is vr1, this is vr1, and this is vw, and this is vf. Okay, vw is our sorry, that is vw1, and this is vf1. So vw1 is the horizontal component of v1, and vf1 is the vertical component of v1. Similarly, at the outlet, one triangle is there, that means that velocity triangle is there. In using the same principle, the velocity triangle is drawn here. How it is drawn? It is assumed, again like previous cases, here also, in this case also, the velocity at which jet strikes the plate is equal to the velocity at which jet leaves the plate. So the velocity, sorry, the jet strikes at a velocity vr1. So the velocity with which jet leaves the plate will be vr1. Here we are taking this as vr2, but here vr1 is equal to vr2. Okay, that can be represented by this. That is represented by this, or if we take another, if we draw another figure, that can be drawn like this, and this is vr2, and the velocity of the velocity of plate, that is u, can be represented by this arrow. This is u, and if we join these two, this will represent, this is represented by v2, and that v2 is equal to sorry, v2 is equal to vr plus u. So finally vr is equal to v2 minus u, or you can say there is u2. Okay, so this is how the velocity triangle is drawn here, and here also the vw2 is the horizontal component of v2, and vf2 is the vertical component of v2. Okay, now I assume you are clear, you have understood the velocity triangles, how these velocity triangles are drawn. This is important. Okay, here let v1 is equal to velocity of jet at inlet, u1 is equal to velocity of plate at inlet, vr1 is equal to relative velocity of jet with respect to plate at inlet, alpha is equal to angle of jet with the direction of motion of plate. That means the angle made by v1, this angle is our alpha. Sorry. Again theta is the angle made by relative velocity with the direction of plate at inlet. That means the relative velocity vr, the vr1 makes an angle theta with the motion of plate. Then VW1 and VF1, I have already told you, VW1 is the horizontal component of V1, VF1 is the vertical component of V1. And V2, U2, VR2, VW2, VF2, these symbols represent corresponding parameters at the outlet. That means VR, that means B2 represents the velocity of jet at outlet, U2 is equal to velocity of plate at outlet, VR2 is the relative velocity at outlet, VW2 is the horizontal component of V2, VF2 is the vertical component of V2, and beta is the angle made by V2 with the motion of the plate, and phi is equal to angle made by VR or VR2 with respect to horizontal axis or with respect to the motion of the plate. A is equal to cross sectional area of the jet. Here one thing, the plate is moving in a straight line. That's why the velocity of plate at the center is equal to the velocity of plate at the inlet and outlet. So we can say U1 is equal to U2 and this is U1 is equal to U2, and another thing is assumed, the water strikes the plate without any shock. That means the water enters the plate without any shock, and that is possible only when VR1 is equal to VR2. So as per assumption, VR1 is equal to VR2, and rate of mass of water, like the previous case, the rate of mass of water is equal to rho A into relative velocity. So here we are taking relative velocity as VR1. So rate of mass of water is equal to rho A VR1. Then we'll go to next phase. Now we'll derive or we'll find the expression for force exerted by jet in the direction on the plate, in the direction of plate, in the direction of motion of plate. So our formula we know, Fx is equal to rate of mass into initial velocity minus final velocity. Rate of mass is equal to rho A V R1, and initial velocity is VR1 cos theta. How VR1 cos theta? Because we need the horizontal component of V1. Sorry, we need the horizontal component of VR1. So that is VR1 cos theta. That means this force, this much is our VR1 cos theta. And final velocity is again minus VR2 cos phi. Let's see the figure. Final velocity is VR2 cos phi. This angle is phi. So it will be VR2 cos phi. That means from here to here. So, and the direction will be opposite. That's why its sign will be minus. So here it is, its sign is minus. Then if we simplify it, the final expression will be, okay, I'll tell you another thing. Here VR1 cos theta can be represented by VW1 minus U1. Let's see the figure again. VR1 cos theta is equal to is equal to VW1 minus U1. So it will be VR1. So in place of VR1 cos theta, we can put VW1 minus U1. Similarly, in place of, one second. Similarly, for the final velocity also, in place of VR2 cos phi, we can put, that means for this much length, we can put U2 plus VW2. So here that is put V in place of VR1 cos phi, we have written VW1 minus U1, and in place of VR2 cos phi, we have written U2 plus VW2. So finally, the expression after simplification, the expression will be rho A VR1 whole into VW1 plus VW2. And this equation is valid only when beta is less than 90 degree. When beta becomes 90 degree, here you see in the figure, this beta becomes 90 degree means V2 is here, becomes like this. So if V2 is here, VW2 will be 0. So the final expression again will change, it will change. The final expression will be Fx is equal to rho A VR1 VW1. Again, if beta is greater than 90 degree, the equation will be rho A VR1 whole into VW1 minus VW2. I'll give you an assignment to write or to show how this expression is found. That means you have to derive Fx for the condition when beta is greater than 90 degree. This is an assignment for you. You have to do it and show me. Thus the general equation of Fx will be rho A VR1 whole into VW1 plus or minus VW2. Let's go for rate of work done, that is power, is equal to force into velocity. The force is known to us, rho A VR1 whole into VW1 plus or minus VW2, and U. If we want to, now the expression is like this. This is the expression for rate of work done. Now we can calculate efficiency. Efficiency we know output by input. Output is our rate of work done and input is our kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of what? Kinetic energy of jet. Jet is moving at a velocity of v1. So the kinetic energy, not only kinetic energy, it is rate of kinetic energy. So rate of kinetic energy is previously derived. I have already taught you how this is derived. The formula or the expression for rate of kinetic energy is equal to half rho A V1Q. This rate of work done is this. After simplification, the final expression for efficiency is equal to 2VR1 into U whole into VW1 plus or minus VW2 divided by V1Q. This is about your impact of jet on a plate moving plate, and the plate is unsymmetrical. Thank you.